Welcome everyone, Farmer Cop here. Today we're going to test fuel consumption compared to the wheel width. If this is what you're looking for, please stay tuned. Alright folks, as mentioned, today we're going to take a look at some different wheel widths and how that affects fuel consumption, or if it even does at all. So I have several configurations of the Case 72. Oh gosh, let's just go look at it. Under medium tractor is this one right here. I like to use this one because it's a good medium level tractor, obviously medium tractor. It has quite a few configurations on it. So we're going to take a look at these guys here, and they're all the same engine configuration, everything like that. These ones aren't the actual ones we're going to test, but yeah, so this is a couple people have commented about this, so I figured I might as well do a test video on it. If there's any other test videos you guys want to see, please drop it down below. I know some of you guys have mentioned other ones. I kind of try to make ones that I think more people are going to be interested in, not super specific ones. So if you have anything that's in general about the game that you don't think I've tested yet, please drop it down in the comments. I'd be happy to do that. I'm looking always for more test ideas. So anyhow, going off of that, I also apologize for being a little bit absent on the channel recently. I've been trying to get videos out as best I possibly can. There's just a lot going on right now in life for me, so we're doing what we can. But anyhow, what we are going to do is going to have each of these run in auto drive track, which actually this will be easier if I just fly around and show you guys a little bit here. Let's do this as well. So I have an auto drive track. It's flat. You can see that whole track around there. It takes approximately 4 minutes to get around it, and then it kind of loops around here and finishes off over here. So you can see the tractor we're going to use is right here. The game is saved right here where it's at. If we look in here at the menu, what I use to measure the fuel consumption is right here. So I'm going to look at this. It's for the session, so it's 0 right now. So I'm going to hop in that, turn it on, and immediately set it to go. But the different configurations we're going to look at. So this tractor has obviously quite a few. So we're going to do standard, narrows, and 3 different configurations of narrows. Just standard narrows, rear twin narrows, all twin narrows. Then I have wheel weights on this guy, wheel weights on this guy as well. And we also have wides, then we have rear duals and all duals. So those are the different configurations. There's 10 total tests, nine total tests we're going to run today, just to see how it kind of works out. Auto drive should be the same function as far as it just should work just fine, and doing everything like that. But I'm actually going to... So essentially what I can do from here, let me go ahead and get out of flight mode and slow that back down. If I come up to here, I can configure this, so I can customize this. We're actually going to start off, I think, with, we're going to go back to narrows and work our way up from there. Well, actually, no, we'll just start from standard. That's where it's at right now, so it's in standards. This one actually only has the lower size engine. I think the other ones have the bigger one, but we'll just use the low size engine for this. So the 7210 from here. So yeah, I'm just gonna hop in it and hit go basically to see how it goes. I'm not timing it or anything. The timing doesn't matter. The track is completely flat, and it does have some curves, but every tractor should have the same curve. So it's gonna look like this, and then, oh, I have the menu off. Let me turn that, yeah, so I'll turn that back on. I don't know why I turned that off, but I'm actually gonna load out and load back in because I don't want to have a delay before I start up the tractor. But essentially I'll come into here and I'll be able to come over here, and it will theoretically, of course it's not going to work. Anyhow, I'll work on fixing that. I know that No Man's Land is a little bit weird about the auto drive route, so I'm going to have a route that goes around and comes over here and finishes. So I'm going to go ahead and test all those different configurations, and I probably won't bring you guys back until the very end, and we'll go over some kind of results. And we're going to kind of operate off of the fact of standard being the kind of the base of the test here. Yeah, so I did do some fuel consumption tests in a previous video, or previous test video, but this is kind of a little bit more specific to it to test something out to see if the actual tires are specific to weight. Because theoretically, what we found out in the last fuel consumption test video is that the more the engine worked, the more fuel it burned. So theoretically speaking, if there's more weight in the tires and they have to work harder to move the tractor with the bigger tires, then theoretically speaking, it should use more fuel. But we'll obviously test that out here. So anyhow, guys, I'm going to go ahead and run that test, and I'll bring you guys back in at the very end. All right, folks, welcome back. So we are not on No Man's Land anymore. We are on Felsbrunn now. So thumbnail will probably be No Man's Land, because I tried to run the test on there originally. But anyhow, I set the same thing up basically, except this is our new flat track that's going to go around here, around there, and back down to here. So I might be slightly short on the No Man's track, but this will be able to work with. The reason being that auto drive would not save on No Man's Land. So every time I load it back in, the test would have just been different. So that's why I switched to here. Another thing too to note about auto drive and why it's a great way to run this test, I'm gonna turn that off, and we'll do that. Okay, is because when I'm in a tractor and I set someone to go to the finish line, I can demonstrate this as well. They shut the engine off as long as I'm not inside, obviously. So finish line's right there. And if you don't know how to use auto drive, then you should definitely check out my video series on that. But right there is the finish line. So if I go ahead and hit start and hop out, they'll use fuel. And once they get there, they shut off immediately. So it's a great way to test this, because as soon as it gets to the destination point, they went ahead and shut off. So it all works out well for that. But anyhow, let me go into some of the details of this actual test with you guys. Let me pull a chart up on the screen real quick. So going down the chart here, so Narrows use 1.01 liters, which I know we'd probably get better results if we did a much longer track, because we'd be able to see the difference a little bit more. But I think the results are still pretty conclusive that what we originally predicted is pretty accurate. Then we threw the duals on the Narrows. It didn't change anything. If we had duals on all the Narrows, it moved it up slightly to 1.02 liters. On standard tires, which I consider just kind of the standard base test, it went at 1.05 liters. Wides were 1.05, standard with weights were 1.05, then wides with weights bumped it up to 1.06. Rear duals were actually 1.05, and then all duals were 1.06. So in general, it seems that the heavier the tires are, the more tires, or whatever the case may be, you're going to use more fuel. And narrow tires have less actual rolling resistance when in real life, at least, when driving on a roadway. So if you're hauling something, I'm not saying they're best or anything like that. They're great for not destroying crops, but for hauling stuff, they may not be the best, or using big implements, obviously, because they are they're going to have more wheel slippage because they have less contact with the ground, if you will. But in general, this is just a quick test to find this out. If there are any other tests you guys want to see, please drop them down below in the comments. I am going to put a video together that kind of goes over all my other tests that I've done and kind of puts them into one quick, easy package if you guys wanted to just watch that. So I am going to put that together as well. Yeah. Let me know if you guys have any questions or any other tests you want me to do. This has been Farmer Cop. If you guys enjoyed, drop a like down below. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button up on your screen to join the Farmer Cop channel and turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any future videos I may post. Again, this has been Farmer Cop. Thank you all for coming and watching.